here. Let some people come in the door. But we are live and very good spirits.
Yes, sir.
Very good spirits. So yeah, this is a live thing. We're still working through kinks and stuff like that, you know. Um, but so we're giving people a few minutes to log in. I'm actually making sure that we actually are live because I'm still so paranoid about this because I don't have that experience with that. But like we are live with it. Um, yeah, we're up live with it, and you know we're here. I clicked on the link. You might have saw me come in and heard a little background noise. That's me checking. So my bad. But welcome to another uh, episode of a few TSU sports fans. I have today with me TSU Madness,
What's up, Big Blue?
Demetrius,
Yo, yo, what's up, Big Blue?
and I'm sending out the tweets now saying we live. Come on, hop on in, tell your friends, tell your compadres. We up. So you come on in. Let's have a little fun. Uh, you know, when the rapper got the gun, it's a little more fun, right?
Look at you. Look at you.
So,
I don't know
you
what to
know,
say. I don't know that one.
I love that one. So, we got some more sports updates too. So let's talk about a volleyball team. They went out to Arizona uh, and they played against Boise State, Arizona. Very good programs. Got close in some games. I watched I mentioned the Boise State game. They lost three nil, lost to Arizona 3-0. But that first game, the first two games in both games they're really close. Again, we had Coach on a couple weeks ago, and she talked about uh, the new players they have, and at the Arizona game, I could start seeing them gel. Uh, Mighty Mouse, as I like to call her. Um, she Hadley Pride is a good person. She was down on even Arizona people that were commenting like, "Wow, she's on the floor, diving, digging." And so as they build and continue to get more games together, I do believe this is a solid team. And I'm very optimistic about their chances, and when they want to get into conference play. I mean, because they looked really good. Um, they look really good with it. Did you guys get a chance to check it out?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
I saw a little bit,
Okay.
Rodney. But to your point, Rome wasn't built in a day. So she had a complete roster turnover. Talking about Coach Sutton, she had a complete roster turnover. So now it's time to start building chemistry, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what tweaks she needs to make, and what a better time to do it than go out west and play against two formidable opponents. So to your point, Rodney, it's they got a good squad. Now it's just about making sure the ingredients fit together so they can make the best meal.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Definitely feel the same way. Look at the stats right now. You can sort of see, the growth coming. They scrimmage fist a couple weeks ago too as well. Lost the first set, then just dominated them. Right? It was like wasn't even lost the first set, 25-21, something like that, 25-23, and then after that it was no call. So it's gonna take some time to gel.
Yeah.
You know, but I definitely like the effort. I like the kinship I sort of see. And Coach Sutton mentioned that a lot of them played together in previous either be high school or AAU teams. So the volleyball team has a lot of connections and stuff like that. So welcome in. We got three people in, the most we ever had. So we count 1, 2, 3. We go get it until we get it right. Uh, So I know TSU Madden. One thing I forgot to ask you what you did this weekend, but I know TSU Madden was out and about. So tell us about your weekend. What did you go see this weekend?
Well, I got divided household, so we do 3 games at Tennessee State, 3 games with FAMU. So I'm almost FAMU'd out at this point. There's two FAMU games in a row. So on weekends, and so we was at FAMU and oh my God, who they play? South
South
Carolina
Carolina
State.
State.
Yeah, and it was a good game. Came down to the last minute, man. Yeah, I think it was like the last minute for real. It was tough, man. I didn't think, we were all texting. I didn't think FAMU was gonna pull it out, but they did. They did a good job in pulling it out. So the wife is happy, daughter happy, man. So I'm a happy man. So that was on the TSU next week, man. We got 3 TSU games in a row, and then we got one more FAMU game.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
And
Yeah.
something about brag, boy. I tell you, I don't
Yeah.
know,
So
I don't
And
know
if
how
they
them
had
jokers
look,
be
they had
escaping.
18,000, man, over 18 in their stadium.
It was full
okay,
on
Yeah,
TV. It was full in there.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's cool. Um, Before we get into the show talking about JMC, I did want to bring up we lost a legend this weekend. We got to talk about him real quick. Let me pull the screen up. Um, um, been working through Kings, guys. Um, Wilbur Sewsbury.
Hmm.
Um, and he played quarterback at Tennessee State. Here we go. Yeah, I got him now. Right here. So this is also his the family side sort of a fundraising page. They have a long history of TSU alum in their family. So this is William Sewsbury, 1938 to 2024, proud TSU graduate, got a bachelor's degree in science, football scholarship recipient, proud TSU history. He was, back in the day, in the 50s, they didn't throw the ball, but he had a lot of passing yards, someone back there. So he's part of the 56 Black National Championship team, inducted Hall of Fame in 1992. So, avid supporter. I mentioned he went to Meharry College, and in the front of the big city of Dayton, Ohio, the best city in Ohio, right there, right, Demetrius. Uh,
no comment.
so, so yeah, just go out and support him. It's on the ePay page. If you see a lot of his family members, a lot of his, daughters, siblings, cousins are TSU alum. Also, I had a personal story too with him because his brother used to sell cars. One of the highest salesmen in the area in Dayton, Ohio. So my dad bought 3 or 4 cars from him. So long connection with his family. And rest in peace to that brother, he's a great TSU supporter. I remember seeing him with Dr. Skull Barnett a lot. Um, so, you know, rest in peace. And there's another way to support the program, support TSU by supporting him.
Yeah, let's make sure we get that link out there for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
condolences to Brother Salisbury, without a doubt.
Yeah, let me drop the link in the live chat right here. First live leak ever in the live chat right there. There we go. Uh, so support the program, support the memory of Wilbur Sewsbury, one of our great quarterbacks in our history. Let's do a little moment of silence for him. Thank you, everyone. Uh, JMC,
JMC, baby, we
uh,
got that win.
Sure did.
two, first, 1-0, first time since 2019. Um, we beat them 41-21.
By 20 points.
Um, 20 points, 20 points. Um, what, TSU Mass, what were your overall thoughts about the game? I know you were cooped up with FAMU, but running reading stats, what do you think about it?
No,
I'm
I
gonna let
had
you
to
go
catch.
first because I watched it live. So go ahead.
No, I had to catch the game, man. So I was on there as soon as I got back. I had it up and on, and everyone did good, man. Everyone, every component of the game, every section did well. You know, Ellis played well. We talked about him. The defense played well. The offensive line gave him time to throw. You know, all of our man, Dean is the truth, boy. He is the truth. That Joker, he was open, always open. So it was just a good night for everybody, every unit. The only thing I saw that could use some sprucing up was that running game. I thought that I was of course I'm at FAMU game, but I'm checking the stats on checking the stats as we go by, and I saw we only had like maybe don't quote me, I think about 30 something yards at halftime or something like that. Yeah, I could be off on that a little bit, but it was low, and so I figured that I know we have to maybe work on our run game a little bit going forward. But overall, just a great game, man. I said we had to beat these boys by 20 points, and we beat them by 20 points. And the only other thing, of course, is just closing it. Of course, we had subbed in some other guys, key guys, to get them some time in the game. But still we want to make sure every unit closes out at the end of the game.
Yep. I mean, Madness, we talked about this last week, right? Handling business.
Yeah.
We respect the opponent. They're Division I football players as well.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to, elude as your championship worthy program, some games you just got to come in and just shut the door.
Yeah.
And we did that early, well into the third quarter. So I'm very happy about that. Things we got to clean up. I think running game is being able to establish that we didn't do that, and that could be a little bit of fool's goal as well. Um, you can't present too much on tape, especially when you can throw a quick slant or throw a quick out and get 6, 7, 8 yards anytime you want. So I'm not going to harp on that too much, but we handle business, right? I think this was Ellis' probably best stat game, maybe the one with his first year. But listen, he's got a bona fide 1, 2, 3. Dean,
Mm-hmm.
Davis, and Benson,
Yep.
karate. I think he's got a 1-2 punch in and Rouse, right? He's got some tight ends that he can work with. He's got an offensive minded coordinator that plays to his strengths. I mean, he had a turnover, which I mean we're gonna have to get 28 on here to give us the real analyst talk, but I think that maybe was on the tight end. I don't know if that was all on Ellis on that one, but I could be wrong. But nonetheless, he threw the pick. Um, he took responsibility for it, and we came back and kept marching. So, solid win. We did what we were supposed to do. Got guys rest. Now we on the next week.
Yes, sir.
And let me read down some stats. We talked about some of the inside plays of the minute. But reading through some stats, TSU total yards 495 to Valiant had 264 yards. Our pass yards 357 to their 195. Rushing yards, we ended up with 138. Very slow start, but ended up with 138. We gave up 69. Penalties, we had 10 for 102, and they had 11 for 61. They had 16 first downs. We had 21. Third downs, 5 of 12. Theirs for 4 of 12. Fourth down at 101. And ours was 1 of 2. But remember, one of ours was actually a touchdown pass. So on fourth down, fourth and 3 play. Yeah, same sentiments. I think that you guys did. Valley said you guys aren't going to run the football. We're going to blitz you.
Yeah.
That middle linebacker stayed in that A gap the whole game. And so thinking about in the future, I'm sure there's going to be some adjustments to that. Because basically they said, you're going to blitz, you're going to bring 6, 7 down in the box, you're going to throw it over your head. And lo and behold, we kept hitting them up over top. and so they chose to beat it with pass, and even also not necessarily deep passes. I love the fact that we're doing running back screens, and they actually are like running. They're not just
Screens.
sitting and waiting. They're actually like running forward in motion, right? So it's like even though they're doing a little screen, he's doing like a little, jog to the left, and then he's gonna catch it, and then they had the ability to run forward. Slants are back in our offensive playbook, which I love. Slants across the middle, boom, you blitz, your linebackers right behind you, boom, touchdown. That's what Jaleel Dean scored on the first touchdown. You blitz your linebackers, gonna throw it right over their head, touchdown, Jaleel Dean to the house. Um, so I think those adjustments. The fourth down play mentioned with Karate Benson. You got a tight end set. I think they had this one. I know they did like some tight end bunch sets. Bunch sets are tight to the line. You have tight ends. I think they had two tight ends over there and a wide receiver, something like that. They did it differently. Somebody had a tight end and two wide receivers behind there. Uh, but you have Cardi Benson on the other side of the field, other side of the tackle. You fake a handoff to the running back. They bite. Karate Benson's running across the other side of the field for a little short screen. Boom, in a run position, they're gone. So I like how Travis Partridge is putting people in position
To get money.
and to adjustments. Like if you go out there, you blitz. We're not just going to keep doing RPOs on you. We're going to adjust. We're going to adapt. We're going to figure out ways to put the ball in our receivers' hands and our playmakers' hands where they can get going. And you said that constantly last night. Oh, you're gonna blitz? Okay, we can't run the ball like we want to. Okay, over your head. You come off of it. We'll run the ball on you because we did as the game went on. We did get some running yards. And I remember Rouse ran a running touchdown,
Right.
and they came, boxed him in. He bounced it outside, gone. you know. So with that, I thought that they could have ran the ball on the edge a little more, and but I think they're trying to not show NDSU everything, which is our next opponent, and we'll get to them a little later. But I think just great adjustments. You're not able to just pick one thing and take it away. We're going to keep being creative. Ellis is confident out there. He looks like a leader that he always had inside of him. So really excited to see, and also excited about the run. We had two more running backs. We're trying to figure out who's a super dog, I guess, in that case. But with McGill has some good runs.
He looked
Evans
good.
has some good runs.
Yeah.
So between them four, we're going to be deep. Sometimes when people get a little nicked up a little bit, we got four guys that can get in there and sort of step up when needed. So looking forward to seeing the future. On the tight end, like on the blitz, they blitzed again. Ellis was ready to unload the ball. The tight end was not ready. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember the exact number for that tight end. But if he turned his head around like a half a second earlier, it was right in his hands. So
Right.
that's just like I think it was a newer player, newer offense. He just wasn't ready. But Ellis ready to blitz, saw it, and he's ready to go. And that's one thing I think. Him being confident. He knows what he wants to do with the ball. He sees where he can go, and he's making those nice, great decisions. And yeah.
But that's the thing, man. Like you said, it just looks smoother. This offense just looked smoother, man. Last year it seemed like a chore, right, or
Yeah.
something that was like the passing plays were, or at least the passing plays look really tough. Like it was hard to do and manage. But this year, man, the passing plays look crisp, and it's good to see.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. Last year's offense is gone. We had like three plays, or one run play, one pass play, and
Yeah,
who knows what play. So, yeah, offense looked night and day compared to last year.
yeah, absolutely.
I look at some individual stats real quick, guys. Oh, sorry, I got lost a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned it, just the team stats, but Jalen Ellis threw for 356 yards. He also was the player of the game and also player of the week for Big South OVC. He had the best, 21-33, three touchdowns, one pick, no sacks.
No
Huh.
sacks.
No sacks.
No sacks. Didn't know that. No sacks. Rushing was go down. J.D. McGill, 7 attempts 40 for 43 yards. Jordan Gett 9 for 39. 2 for 23 for Jalen Rouse. Tevin Carter came in late. Backup quarterback came in, gave us a couple of runs, 3 for 22. And yeah, and Ellis only had one rushing attempt, which I sort of like. I just don't. I'm not really a fan. I know he has that threat of getting out the pocket and running and stuff like that. But I a little traditional, a little bit with that. I guess like I like to keep him inside, a little bit. We got four great running backs. Got a great backup quarterback who run the ball. Let them run the ball. Let him uh, deal and dice and do his thing. But if he can get loose though. Give him some yardage. He can go to the house. So they know that's a threat they have to be worried about on the other side. Um, I would to make up a critique, I guess is not. Oh, let me go down. I'm sorry. Let me before I get to anything else. I'm sorry. Let me get down to the receiving. So we mentioned Jaleel Dean 9 for 144, one touchdown. Karate Benson 2 for 86, one touchdown. Deshaun Davis, who did not make uh, any of the preseason teams, but I have no idea why he did not. 2 for 78. Uh,
Should have had a
Brian,
touchdown, but we
Should have
ain't
had
gonna
a
talk about
touchdown.
yeah,
that.
I don't. Yeah, we come on. It's like that's one of the penalties that come on. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Uh, Bryant Williams 3 for 24. Xavier Reed had 1 for 11. Jason Hoth had 2 for 8. Janet Jordan Gant caught some balls, so we got the ball around uh, to several different receivers. Another thing that was really good. Um, this is a critique of that is me. I wish that we would go and goal line. I like being underneath the center. That's just me. Or having a fullback in there. But that's a style issue. You can score in shotgun on goal line, you know. And honestly, you're thinking
Well,
about
if your
prepping
boy
for.
would have stayed for Christmas dinner opposed to Thanksgiving dinner, you'd have had a fullback.
Yeah, you sure would
But I digress.
have. He would have used the tight end as a fullback.
My goodness.
Fair, fair point, fair point. Fair point. So I mean, it's something that's a style issue, but you see people do shotgun all the time. And honestly, talking about getting ready for next week, uh, their line will be a lot better. The D line will be a lot better. So it's going to be hard to put them in a box and run over NDSU. So maybe that's a little prep, knowing your future game, which you got to practice, because it's going to be really hard to uh, get cloud of dust against. Well, it's on turf. So, but get on the turf and like really like push them around a little bit. But I would like to see at least like the mini shotguns they have. They call those. I can't remember what they call those. But I'm calling mini shotgun because I forgot what they're called. Pistol. There we go. Pistol
Yeah.
formations. I would rather see pistol formations at least. The tailback behind and the tailback can line up behind and you can turn around and hand it off to them. But that's just me, and that's probably being slight, thing. But James Lowry had a good game, field goal kicking as well.
Yeah.
So all around, just excited about it.
He was
Let's skip over to. Go
he was
ahead. Go
mentioned
ahead.
as well. He was mentioned as well.
Fair. Yeah, I forgot.
Big South Ohio Valley player of the
Yeah.
week as well.
Let's talk about this nasty defense. The shiesty mass defense. How about the shiesty defense?
Yeah,
They
man.
came out here and said,
They
we
got
lost
busy.
three guys to FBS. We got some transfers in, and we not stopping.
Right.
We still shiesty mask.
Hmm. We look good. Our defense looked really nice, man, and they were accountable. They held each other accountable, man, making sure they were on top of plays, man. They were on that quarterback, that backfield. They did a great job, man, just stopping the run itself and just being all over the field. So I was happy about with our defense. The boys came to play.
Yeah, man, we shut it down. I mean, there's really not much to really add to what Madness said. We stopped the run. We gave up a couple plays here and there, but when they got in money time, we was able to get them back out of the red zone, stop them from scoring. I mean, their first three quarters was pretty much a clinic.
Yeah.
and I like how Fisher is shuffling in that front. He's got bodies to shuffle in. I thought the linebackers was active. We talked about the secondary last week as pretty much an unknown area. I thought they again. I'm really judging off the first three quarters. I know the fourth quarter we got a little lax back there, but so we've got some cleanup to do, and I'm sure that'll be addressed this week. But overall, the defense was solid. So, and I know y'all saw Eric George in the post game presser. Man,
It's a
that
big
boy's
boy.
arms look.
That's a
Man,
big dude.
golly, looking at his arms, my neck was getting cutting my circulation off. Golly,
That's a big. He is. He's definitely larger than his father, man. That's a big boy, man.
monster.
Interesting enough. Interesting enough. I remember in the spring in the spring, and maybe even like in the summertime, they were saying that he's gonna play. They were switching to defensive tackle, and he's a decent end now, right? And so I guess they got enough people to beef up the middle, and now he's decent end. But he can play both. He's big enough to play both, obviously. But he's an end, and they're just like punishing people. They're punishing people. Let me read through a few stats of the defenses. Uh, Deion Billers, 7 solo.
He was
Uh,
he was huge.
yeah. Uh, 1 assist. We had 8 total tackles. Eric George, 6 tackles, 3 solos, 3 assists. One forced fumble. He had a defensive fumble off there. He caused a fumble, and Micah Gay picked it up for it, ran to the house.
Yep.
So, yep. So that was a great play right there. Jalen McClendon, another corner safety, 3 solos, 2 tackles. Malik Ganaway, 5 solo tackles. I think he plays safe. I think he's a safety, uh, but came from UT last year, so he's over with us. Jalen Bell, Fortune was out last year. Got hurt doing a Notre Dame game. Good game, put a lot of pressure up at D tackle, 2 tackles, 2 assists. Spencer Roof, three three solos, 1 assist. Michael Gay mentioned touchdown, 2 tackles. He plays linebacker and 1 assist. Keandre Booker plays DN, 3 assisted tackles. Tyler Moore 2, and a host of others 1 and 2. But we had a full showing of guys on defensive side of the ball, and just really a clinic. Even the scores they scored, man, they sort of threw the ball up, man. Sort of like they tossed it
Yeah.
up. It was like Hail Mary-ish kind of things, and 2 touchdowns was over 2 of our defenders. It's not communicating with younger guys, and one is sort of threw up in the air. So I think it's something that's all that can be very highly corrective. Because one thing going into it is sort of we placing a lot of DBs. We placing all. I think we placing 3 of the 4. So Jalen McClellan played a lot. Villers played some, but the most of the inexperience is there. Some of
Yeah.
the linebackers did play a little bit too, but they played more than what the DBs did. So, but you got a front line in front of you like that. You put my little self in there, my little short self, and I can knock a couple tackles in there. Maybe the hospital afterwards, but I can get in there and mix up a little bit. I got highlights on YouTube. Look me up, baby. The smallest little person out there. Look me up. Google me.
Man, this is Rodney
Look me up.
Kirk Street over here.
I don't do a lot, but I do just enough to be out there. I ain't gonna
He's
don't
still
put me
trying to
out
get some
there.
eligibility somewhere.
Yeah, I can get out there and get behind Eric and do a little something. A little something. I don't know what, but you know, we out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, for me, a great game, great energy. Uh, Attendance, man. Um,
Just
and,
just
and
say
you
it really
know,
quick.
and I have participated in some conversations about attendance. I've those subjects. My belief is that they should be at the games when you can be there. I don't. I rather you can tailgate and go to the game. You can do both. Um, but what is it? It's like we're Mississippi Valley State's not good enough. Norfolk State's not big enough. It's like we just can't please everybody. We can't have total perfection. And y'all gotta come to games, man. This is y'all university. Eddie George, whenever he decides to do the next thing, or any coach tell to do the next thing, this is our history. This is our institution. This is us, right? And so if it's you say it's because of HBCU, you play HBCU, then you don't show up, and it's like, well, it's hard for us to justify getting more HBCUs on the schedule because you all get flaky because you join the SWAC, you're going to play Mississippi Valley State, and you may not get the SWAC of choice that you would like, the teams you would like to play, that you love to play. You just never know how that will work out. So yeah, y'all got to come, man. I know their band went to Charlotte or something like that, and then come to the game. But I don't know. What are y'all
Well,
thoughts? I'm gonna
I,
stop.
I
I
just
ain't got nothing
resign.
to add.
I've resigned to the fact that this is who we are. I mean,
Yep.
we used to be a John Merritt homecoming school where we averaged over 20,000 for each, up until maybe around 2017, somewhere around there. And now we barely getting 8,000 for the John Merritt, and 10,000, I guess, for the homecoming. This is who we are. It's sad. I guess you know people choose to do other things. You know, I have four season tickets, man, and I made sure that I put mine in the hands of somebody who was going. So, I even though I wasn't there, I do my due diligence and making sure that I have seats available and give them away for free. My tickets away for free. I didn't sell them to anybody. So this is who we are. I'm not going to argue about attendance anymore. I'm done. I'm attendance argued out. I tried. I was on Twitter, man, just trying to pub up the game every day. I put something about the
You
Johnny
did.
Merritt out every day, and just trying to, just try to find somebody who just change the mind of somebody. But it's who we are. It's all good.
Yep. It's who we are. And, the last home game we had on campus was against Lane. How many was that? Like 11,000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, the energy is night and day, right? In the whole versus, playing downtown. But I'm a numbers guy. At the end of the day, that was 11,000. And, you know, I'm like you, man. It's such a mute point now where I think it's I think it's a multitude of things, man. I mean, student engagement, you know,
Horrible.
I wonder where that's been. I think ever since we went to the No Friday classes, I think that has hurt engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Most kids, if you give them 3 day weekends every week, they're gone.
They're gone.
So I think that has a lot to do with it. I'll give credit to the athletic department. They have really tried
Mm-hmm.
to engage with the community, and I think it's just going to be a fast follower. I think the community will continue to will come. I just think it's going to take some time. And to the folks that say, well, we got to win. Well, we were 6-5 in the last couple of years. We were playing meaningful games up until November. So I don't want to hear anything about, we're not winning. Now we may have lost last 3 games last year. So if you want to credit that, we were 6-2. That's winning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 6-2, and you lose the last 3 games. Now you're 6-5, but 6-2, you're winning, and you're on track to win the conference. So you should have butts in the seats.
Right.
So I'm focusing on these players, and like you, Madness, I'm a season ticket holder, and I have a rotation of about 4 or 5 people that I give my tickets away to as well, and because I want to make sure that they're used, and that's what I can do being 6.5 hours away. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we're an 8,100 fan base, and I would even argue we don't even really have a fan base. So, people probably gonna take it the wrong way, but it is what it is. We don't have a fan base. So, you know, us three plus the folks, our diehards. What is that? A couple hundred people?
Yeah.
That won't even fill up
Mhm.
King Hall.
Yeah.
And the parents of the kids out there playing.
Yeah, parents.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So let's just be honest about it. And I think Eddie said this last year. We got to decide if we want to be real fans or not.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's a legitimate question. So, but until then, I'm gonna take the 8100, and we're gonna keep moving because we got a special group this year,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna keep saying that. I think we got a special group this year, a special team that can do some special things, and the more people that show up can help bring that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll just add to that. I think we're also, we're party fans. I just think we like to party
Yep.
more so we like the game. And I get it. Shoot, I was young. I was out there kicking it, but we're party fans. We're not true sit down, grab a seat, cheer for your team type fans. So,
And we playing somebody who is about the football.
oh, this
And it
weekend,
Hey,
this weekend they about the football player.
they know the football, they've been about the football, they are the football.
It is their culture.
Yeah. And people complain, why are we playing somebody so serious? Like, this is about the football. This is about getting our best players, recruiting better players, getting our institution to see programs that have all that they need. I'm sure, well, all that they need, all that they want to have,
Hmm.
because everyone wants more, right? But so seeing the facilities, seeing the environment, seeing how they wake up and everything like that, I think it'd be good for our folks who are traveling down to go see that and see what they're about. And you know, and the issue, they're tough, right? I mean, they're tough, and I listened to a couple of their podcasts, one particular,
Yeah.
and they're sort of feeling like this may be a team that could get them back to being a winning championship. They had some culture change, new head coach, the guy who came to us for
that Thanksgiving meal.
Thanksgiving meal, you
No,
know,
no, no. He was here. He was here in February. He went. He came here for Valentine's Day meal.
Was it
Valentine's
February?
Day.
He had a what do you have a catfish Friday and it was done.
Yeah.
But anyway, we moved
So
on.
yeah, we moved on.
No, I tell you,
But
I tell you that Cam Miller, that guy's the truth, man. The quarterback,
yeah,
that guy's
yeah,
real, man. And he's going. He will hurt. He will hurt you with his feet and his arm.
yeah,
That dude is, and he's a big guy. Looked like a tight end out there running, but he's a special player. And their entire program is a special program, man. All those cats out there, they're out there for one thing, man. That's about winning, and we're gonna have our hands full. But I believe in
yeah,
us. I
yeah.
believe in us.
Yeah, so so we mentioned they play Thursday night against the team y'all swear is a HBCU. Is y'all dubbed the black? I mean, whatever y'all. Let me chill out. Hold on. Let me have a little.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I shouldn't have went there. So they play Colorado. There we go. They play Colorado. They lost 31-26. Had them guys on the ropes multiple times. Um, you know, even their coach said they did a great job. Even interesting, they had a clip, and should I say his name? I don't know. Coach
Yeah,
Sanders.
Coach Sanders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Coach Sanders. He commented that NDSU defense was running to the ball, and Colorado defense wasn't doing that. So the same intensity. He was like, you guys need to copy their intensity, on
He
defense.
he was saying
Yeah,
that all 11 guys
yeah,
were running to the
Yep.
ball, all
Yep.
yeah,
11,
yeah,
and that was the point he was trying to make. They were all in, and everyone was bought in.
yeah. And so what my old high school coach used to say, he said, this is one of these teams where if you're on the sidelines and you looking around, you're not paying attention, you get hit. Like, you getting a hot dog, you
Right.
may get tackled. They're coming for you. You got to be ready because they're coming ready. They know what you about to do. They have a great game plan, great coaching. The athletes outside, the safeties, the cornerbacks weren't there. I mean, Colorado has probably one of the best quarterbacks, two of the best wide receivers in the country out there. I mean, they're elite. Outside of football, they're elite. So, but the fact that they can hang, they hung with them, controlling the ball, running the ball, passing, they really got to them. Towards the end of the game, they could have just kneeled the ball and won, by 10 points, 10, 12 points, I think, or something like that. But I think they got frustrated over there, Colorado. So let's try to go get another one in there and turn the ball over, and they came back and scored. And then they got the ball back again, and they were 4 yards short of beating Colorado. They threw a Hail Mary. It was a deep here. It was a long play, but they did catch it, but it was 4 yards too short.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
put pressure on them, you know. Uh, and I do expect them to be ready for us too as well. They saw some tape on us now. They had some tape. I'm sure they had other tape of him of I don't know if he ever UT might ever played anybody from the Missouri Valley, coaching wise. Because I still think UT Martin made the playoffs a couple of times, maybe once or something like that when he was there. But some of the things that he does, they do too as well. So I think it'd be a interesting matchup coming in.
And they
But it,
and they played with two quarterbacks. They
yeah,
had I forget his
Yep.
name. They had him come in a couple of times and run some plays, throw in run. So and they do it flawlessly. It's not something where
yeah.
it's a series here and a series there. It's flawless. Y'all see what Neek said about about Coach Roll's time here in Nashville. He said he had one Nashville weekend and boot scoot his butt up out of here. He put that in the chat.
I would say that's a fact. But I mean, NDSU. I mean, they're the juggernaut. They're
Yeah,
the prototype. You know, there's always this talk about in HBCU football, FCS football, about the championship versus the money game. And as a player, I'm gonna always want to be for that championship. And I'm sure as an administrator, you're gonna want to probably go for the money game as well. But I'm all about the championship, and those guys, that's what they do. You know what I mean? They're used to playing 13, 14 game schedules, right? Playing, in the winter, well into January. That's what they're accustomed to.
yeah,
And I think that's what we're striving to be. And, you know, we know what we're going to get, but I guarantee you, they watching tape on us. And yeah, I put this on Twitter the other day. You know, say what you want about Coach George and the record and all this and that, but when we're going up against a formidable opponent, Eastern Washington, Notre Dame, right? Now North Dakota State, our boys show up. They show up, and I have no doubt that they're going to show up in Fargo as well. So
yes, sir.
we're gonna be ready to go. Cause trust me, we got some players. I believe we got a one, two, and three who can catch the ball. I believe we got a one and two who can go up against anybody. And Colorado was elite, but they was doing some things that I felt like we can do too. Now, them boys over there, they They can play.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Them boys can play. They play old school football. They were controlling the clock. They was methodically trying to wear down Colorado. They was frustrating them. They had a good game plan,
Yeah.
so they can play. But I'm, you know, man, I've been looking at flights all the last couple of days. Like, damn, how can I get there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be there because I know I put it all eyes. I believe all eyes. Let's get to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're gonna see more people talking about Tennessee State versus North Dakota State. I
Oh yeah.
truly believe that. All
I,
eyes are gonna be on Fargo this weekend.
no, I think so. I agree with you, Demetrius. There's gonna be a lot of eyes in Fargo this weekend, and I know I'll be there with in TSU Denver on TigerFans.com. He's gonna be there as well. So shout out to him, and hopefully we have some other partners out there to represent the Big Blue up in Fargo. We're gonna change the colors blue.
And let me read through some stats at first too. This total yards from this Colorado North Dakota State. Just give you an idea. They put up 449 yards. Colorado put up 504. 292 pass yards, 157 rush yards. Um, they gave up 445 yards of passing to Colorado. So you definitely got to test them. You definitely got to test them and see whether or not, you know, was it just an elite issue or can we beat them in the air, right? So it's a few things, and of course we mentioned Cam Miller, we mentioned before individual stats right here. 1822, 277 yards. Peyton Cole, he's the backup. He's a runner too. Cole Peyton rather. Uh, he only threw the ball twice, but he can do more. He can run too as well. Cam Miller ran for 92 yards, 16 attempts. Uh, so that's his leading rusher and passer. And so, Braylon Henderson was their leading receiver. So, it makes it up. They get it around. Great defense. Um, I will say this though. I was thinking about the other day, so I'm gonna get a little controversial here. I think our D line's better than Colorado's. Our front four is better than Colorado's.
Hey, talk about
We'll
it.
we'll find out.
So,
We'll find out Saturday.
so it's something we can think about. I do think that defensively, our front four and our two or three backups, we got I think we put like 7 or 8 people there. They're good. We're
Yeah.
good up front. So um, hopefully we don't have to blitz. We can keep people in there. We keep our linebackers in there, put them in a hole to fill up and stop that run, stop the quarterback run, stop the rushing attack. And hopefully make them get the ball out. A little quicker than want to and get our DBs out there and pick it off. But I do like our defensive line going into this game. So you know,
Yeah.
I like that matchup. I like that matchup for us.
Yeah. That's what Nick says in the chat. The matchup of the game is TSU line versus North Dakota State's D line.
Okay, I see these comments now. I'm sorry. Okay, I just now.
He said his cousin's Pee Wee team D line is better than Colorado. We
My
gotta get Nick back
goodness.
on the. We gotta get Nick back on the.
We gotta get hard strike, no strike, man.
Nick, you got your computer fixed. We waiting on you, baby.
I got mine fixed last week, man. So I know how it is, man. So I sent mine in for a little work. So I'm back. I'm back in the fold too, man. So, but man, who gave this man a computer, man?
No, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great. It's gonna be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. You know, TSU, TSU has more than just a baller's chance. They have a really good chance, man. I think we have the muscle and the weapons to get it done, and it's gonna be a great game to watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's gonna be
at
kind of
the end of
chilly.
the
It's gonna
day,
be kind of chilly up there too, man. Wife and I was looking at the temperature, man. It's gonna be like in the 60s No, I'm sorry. One night, I think Saturday night's gonna be in the 40s, high 40s. So, but the game is in the dome, so we all good.
Yeah, we all good, man. Um, but listen, at the end of the day, fellas, y'all know what it is. Y'all athletes, and you put your pants on the same way they do. You tie your shoes up the same way they do.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, once the corn toss is done, it's go time.
Hmm.
You know, it's go time. So, we ain't worried about any of that, and I'm sure they ain't either. So we're gonna meet in the middle, and we're gonna get busy,
Yeah.
and that's just what it is. So,
Yes, sir.
I don't want to hear none of that.
Yeah.
That just irks me. Like, like your team is playing. Like, what you talking about? Like, let you can tell you I ain't never played no sports. Like, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the game ain't over. The game ain't over until it's over.
Right.
Yeah. Mm, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. So we'll probably come back, probably do another show this week. See how the schedule is. Maybe try to bring Nick on, see what he up to. Get do stripe no stripe. We'll check in with him. Um, and then we'll see what Coach Eddie George has to say. Tomorrow is NDSU's coaches meeting.
Yeah.
So we here. Okay, I'll check that out. I think ours is on Wednesday. I think I'm not
Oh,
sure
so
when.
tomorrow.
Big South, maybe it's tomorrow. Yeah, I think maybe Big South we see tomorrow too as well. So we hear his comments, and I look forward to hearing some of the other podcasts out here in the Bison podcast. Sam Herder, the super fan of North Dakota State.
Hmm.
He always criticizes me. He does FCS football in general, but he always criticized about loving North Dakota State too much. So he takes it in stride. But uh, you know, yeah.
Man, they good,
So
man. At the end of
they
the
good.
day,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
the champs keep a lot of people in business, man. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, yeah. I was side note. I was listening to one of the Bison podcasts, and they had sponsors and stuff. So I'm just saying, you all got a little money in your pocket. We need a little help over here at few TSU sports fans. Get us a little help. But yeah, so they even got like a bar they go to regularly. And I was listening to them talk, and they had one of that same company open one up in Colorado, and they were shocked about how many North Dakota State fans came. They were like, "Wait a minute."
Oh, they were deep. They were
Yeah,
deep.
they're like, wait a minute. Yeah, you all out here, we had two servers, and it's like they just put the whole floor, so they had to go get people on the phone, get like we need, get 4 or 5 more servers to accommodate them. So they travel too as well. So we mentioned offline about next year when they come to Nashville, they're going to show you all a lot of things, and
They're gonna
so yeah,
they're gonna show us how to support a team.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So and they're gonna tailgate and they're gonna come in and do what they got to do. They're gonna do both.
Yeah.
They're gonna do both. Um, all hearts and minds clear.
28-27 TSU. Woo, go big blue.
Woo, 2027. I'm gonna get my little. We meet again. I'm gonna give my prediction later. 2027. TSU Madness.
Yes, sir.
No, he said 28,
28,
27.
28, 27.
What did I say?
You said 2027.
Like 28, 27. Sorry, my bad. Hearing what I want to hear. All right, so I'll come back. I'm gonna get some more evaluation before I put a score out there. But it's a tough place to win. I think they lost maybe one game in the last 10 years, so it's tough. It's a tough place to play. Um,
Yep.
yep. But we'll see. So all right. On that note, go big blue.
Go
Go
big
Big
blue.
Blue.
All right.